the same people, you know, of course, but the actual event of wedding is quite special, and it's not just the paper. It's really you know, those moments that that you share with the closest ones, and that you know, we have many photos. You know, I think 6,000 photos that we made, and those few days, and that will stay definitely as the nicest memories from those few days.
Last questions, please.
Novak, do you wish that tennis was louder ever, compared to like most other sports?
Louder in
like crowds were making more noise, stuff like that. Or do you like
entertainment, the show, and
anything that, yeah, just different, not the total quiet?
You know, it's a good question, because when I'm watching other sports and see, for example, in NBA, you know, how it works, and you know, how entertaining it is for the crowd to see, let's say, you know, big screens and always something happening in the timeouts, you know, when they're not playing, or even during play. You know, of course, you're able to scream, shout, whistle, do whatever you like. But in our sport, of course, on the other hand, we can't really afford to have, you know, Davis Cup atmosphere, I would say, because Davis Cup is quite different from individual events. We can't go that far in terms of interaction during the play, but in the changeovers between the sets, why not? I think you know, the show is something that is also part of the sport, and is something that attracts more attention from the crowd and of course more people. So it's I think win-win situation in a way. US Open does a good job in this entertainment, but of course in Wimbledon you will never see that. And the beauty of this sport is also because you have, you know, different events that have their own tradition and history that they nurture and respect. So Wimbledon, of course, has its tradition that is, you know, obviously defining that tournament. When you think about Wimbledon, you think about all white, you think about that center court, you think about strawberries and cream, and so forth. And US Open is a little bit more entertainment, more show, and but you know, I believe that in some ways we can, of course, you can always improve, because you know, all the sports are going forward and trying to figure out in what way they can be more attractive to the crowd, to fans. I think there's a lot of room for improvement also in our sport.
Do you see yourself as an entertainer when you're on court? Is that something that's sort of in your mind at all times when you're in front of a crowd?
I do. Well, I see myself, first of all, of course, as a tennis player who needs to win a tennis match. And then I see myself as somebody who has a responsibility also to represent the sport in a nice manner. And but also I see myself as myself, and my personality and character is different from other players, and I try to always be true to myself and to other people who are watching me. So I don't have nothing to hide about that. So I'm emotional, and I show my emotions on the court, and I think that's something that also people like to see, because they come to watch you play and they admire your skills. But in the end of the day, you know, they also like to see a little bit more of your personality and character on and off the court.
Between Canada